Cool. I'm Will. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Colchester. So Movember to me is it's a close charity to my heart. Movember's a charity that's run globally, but I've done lots of bits for the UK stuff before. Last year in 2019, October 2019, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Luckily, it was caught really early on, which meant that I was managed to kind of be cured by it just from the surgery alone. So I was really lucky in that regard. But when I came out the other end of it, obviously I came out kind of tail end of October into November and thought I was looked after really well by the people around me, and I had a really good support group, and I'm aware that not everyone has that, so I wanted to do something to give back, and that's what Movember really is there for. A lot of guys don't really pay close attention to the men's health things and raising awareness to them. So I was aware of it. I was aware of it from school age because I think some of our either teachers or parents or whatever participated in it, but it was never something I'd done before. So yeah, I did it in 2019 and I'm doing it again in 2020. In 2019 I grew just a moustache for the month, the traditional one, and in 2020 I'm doing Move for Movember, which is doing 50 miles in a month. The thing is with testicular cancer specifically as well is that it's something it's so curable. It's got a 98% cure rate, which obviously compared to the vast majority of cancers is really good. The difficulty is it occurs in men, and specifically young men, who tend to have the mindset of, oh, I'm young, I'm fit, I'm healthy, there's nothing that can go wrong with me. When testicular cancer, the more I found out about it, it's most common in men under the age of 35. So this, and it affecting me directly, has obviously really pushed me towards raising awareness for it. But because I already did the routine checks every month, and I knew what I was doing, I was lucky enough to catch it early. So the side effects for me, I didn't have to do any chemotherapy or radiotherapy. For me, it was just surgery, 4-week recovery time, and then get on with life. And I think I almost wish I could just spread that message more and make more people aware of that, because I think as soon as they realise how curable it is, they wouldn't put this issue to the back of their mind and think it will go away on its own, because that time delay is what makes it so much more difficult to deal with. Yeah, so I've raised money both years for Movember. Obviously within the first year, most of my friends and family around me knew what was going on, so we've raised quite a lot of money. I think about £1,200, £1,300 in a year, which I was really pleased with. And then this year with Move for Movember, I've raised £270 at the moment, hoping to obviously try and push that some more as much as I can. The idea with Move for Movember is slightly different. So the Move for Movember campaign originally starts as, I believe the number is 36 miles, which is in relation to the number of men in the UK that take their lives over a certain time period that Movember specified. I upped it to 50 just to make it a little bit more of a challenge. I thought I could do 36 quite comfortably. I wanted to push myself a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's really close to my heart and really important, and it's not necessarily about the raising the money. That's a nice benefit because it can be pushed back into Movember. Will spread it out to other charities that they work with, but I think more than anything it's about the awareness and about the willing to be open to talk about it, because I think most guys don't. Most guys would keep it shut or closed away and just get on with it, which isn't the way to tackle everything. And sometimes, especially with these kind of issues, you have to face it head on and you just have to deal with it as soon as you can. So for me, the awareness side is almost more important than kind of the monetary side. That's kind of an added bonus, but I'm trying to do my best to spread the message to as many people as I can that actually you need to take care of yourself and you need to pay attention for any changes, and you need to know your body and be familiar with yourself and know what to look for. Movember's got a few different, as an organisation, has got a few different avenues and ways to support the community. So they have their website and their app, but that tends to actually be a little bit quieter than things like their Facebook page. which is a big group. They also have a group on Reddit, again, really big group, lots of people supporting each other. People not only supporting each other, but also discussing with each other, finding different ways to raise awareness and to raise money, and kind of collaboratively sharing ideas. And I think the vast majority of people involved with the Movember campaign are people that have actually been affected by the issues that it raises. So they also offer quite a good support network for people that have been along similar journeys to yourself as well. I'm also very lucky in the fact that I have a really strong support network. I have really close friends and family in a group that really care for me, and I know I can kind of talk to anyone in that group. But again, there are so many people that go through this on their own, and a lot of people, for example, might be kind of university age, so they're living miles away from their family and they've suddenly got to deal with this. Or people like slightly past universities begin to start families and start to run into kind of financial problems and all sorts of things like that. So it's definitely something that I think I could have used, and I know it was there had I been in a worse position. Men's health is incredibly important, both to myself and I think to those closest to me, because I think they understand the effects it had on them with me going through something, so they've kind of experienced it by extension. I do think the vast majority of men's health stuff is not talked about, and the stuff that is talked about is taken for granted. I know there are lots of kind of jokes around testicular cancer, prostate cancer, and kind of men's mental health being dismissed, but actually it is something that needs to be taken more seriously, and that's not just at a global level but also at an individual level. I think every man needs to have a responsibility and just an awareness of not just their physical health but their mental health as well, and being able to recognise the signs of actually, I'm really starting to struggle with this, and the best thing I can do for myself is ask for help rather than just shut it away and feel like I can deal with it, because asking for help is not the wrong thing. It's just there seems to be some kind of stigma around it that's preventing people from doing it, and that's what I think needs to be changed. I think people need to understand that help is always there if you need it, and you're not any weaker or any worse off asking for help.